Film Doctor. We are here reviewing some of the best films ever. Without further ado, let's jump right into our movie review. Welcome back, miscreants. Here we are, back on Filmatic. I know, I've been gone for a minute. I actually tried to do like 2 Filmatics, and there was some sound issues. It was with Pope's Exorcist and Evil Dead Rise, but I just said forget it. We got Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out. Might as well just jump into it. I really enjoyed this movie. Looking back at all of the Guardians of the Galaxies that James Gunn has done, they've all been phenomenal. They've all had a great soundtrack. So when we talk about music, we already know Guardians of the Galaxy is right up there, right next to Guardians of the Galaxy equals good music, because the soundtrack is always killing it. I think the driving point for this was the story. I love the story because it was all about Rocket, where he came from, and trying to save his life. Now, granted, inside of the trailers, you don't really get that. You don't really understand that that's what's going on. But every character played their role down to a T, and it was very emotional. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times here on Filmatic that I have talked about how things make you feel, how films make you feel and bring you. I cried. It was such an emotional story that was told based on Rocky. And I know what you guys are looking like. Why am I talking about Marvel and I got a DC hoodie on? Okay, fuck you. Mind your business. Okay, it's laundry day. Okay, I have an excuse. It's laundry day. So other than that, for a Marvel movie, it definitely was one of the best. For a movie out of the 3 Guardians of the Galaxy, I would say it was one of my favorites, if not my favorite, just because of the storytelling of Rocket. Rocket is definitely a fan favorite for everyone, just like Groot. But this was a story. This was the only way that this could be done. Like, he was the only one out of all the Guardians where you could tell their story and make it that good. They were all just really like badass. Like, all of the characters. The storytelling up to, they were out there killing the. I was scared of them. They was out there whooping ass.
Tirar o bichão do mangue, né? Ó, brabo.
There's nothing else I can say. They were there, and if you had a problem with them, if you were going to mess with the Guardians of the Galaxy, you already knew by the end, don't fuck with them.
Last time I went to Jurassic Park to get the haircut by a Velociraptor, I left with a tattoo on my nuts, a Prince Albert, and I had some graphic on my ass hairs, and I got a new tattoo on my chest that say Long Dick Willie.
But it goes to show their history and everything that they've been through. All of their life, they have had this story that they've been telling from Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3, and you can even include some of the other Marvels where they've been able to build up all these characters. And Rocket, you don't need some superhero, super villain to portray like Thanos for this movie to have been good. The villain wasn't even all that great. It was like a scientist. So to me, but he was still kind of badass with this, telekinesis and whatnot. But it was just something where that entire film embodied one thing and one thing only, and that's probably what made it so emotional, because they were a team, and that was family.
There's always room for family.
That's all this film was about, was family. The Guardians being a big family and protecting their own. Now granted, I hate to be emotional, and I'm not one to get on camera and call out people, but I have had friends and family, friends that have been a part of my life. And I've lost many of those friends, but I will ride or die for them. Regardless on anything that has ever happened between me and my friends, I am that friend like Rocket. And that's probably what meant the most to me, because a lot of people don't understand the definition of being a friend. And sometimes it's not all about not seeing eye to eye or disagreeing or having an argument or whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's just realizing, hey, we had a disagreement, we had a misunderstanding, we got into an argument, whatever the case may be between you and your friends or your family, and just understand that at the end of the day, that one situation should not trump 100 great situations over here. So I know looking at the end of this movie, you do want to stay and see the 2 end credit scenes. Because they really give you everything that you want inside of this movie from the beginning to the end.
You're gonna give me what I want, or I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. That's not what I want. I want you at WrestleMania. Give it. Is that what
I mean,
you want?
quite honestly, you couldn't ask for anything more. That talks about the music. Sold. That talks about the acting and the story, because the acting was good too. I mean, every character played the role, and they were able to tell this story of different people. It wasn't just Rocket. I mean, the whole movie kind of embodied Rocket's story. But you talk about, and I don't know the guy's name. He's the son of the blue guy who's trying to do the arrow thing. They're telling his story with the dog. It was still comedic. Drax and Mantis and their connection as friends. Gamora. Oh my god, everything down to a T. Like I said, this movie was great. The action sequences, the fighting. There's nothing that I can point out to say that this movie was bad. And there's nothing I can say to point out that to give this movie any other rating than an A+. Honestly, when you talk about film, it's not just the cinematography or cinematic viewpoint of like Avatar and Pandora, the beauty of this. It sometimes can be just how music brings you in. It can be the storytelling, it can be the emotion and connection to characters, and I think that this movie did it. If you look at all the Marvel movies, yes, Endgame is going to be a cinematic masterpiece. Yes, guaranteed, hands down. But when you look at Guardians of the Galaxy 3, this one, I honestly think that for that series, for Guardians of the Galaxy, for those superheroes, this was like the best version of them. This was the best storytelling of them. This was the best movie of them. This was the best portrayal of them as characters. There's nothing that anyone could argue with that. That hands down was the best. You can't say number 1 was better. You can't say number 2 is better. If you are somebody that would say that, you didn't see part 3 and you didn't watch and you didn't really feel what it was meant to be felt watching that. And that was the emotion of the camaraderie and the family that was presented. But that's all I have for you guys today. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell, do all that jazz. Send them some smoke signals. Tie a little note to a pitcher's leg. Send it on its way. Put a little message in the bottle, throw it in the water, let it reach our shores. And as always, this has been another exciting episode of Filmatic. One more thing before I go. Yes, we ended with 2 end credit scenes, but like I said, this can't be it. They said this is the last one, this can't be it. They have to give us more. They have to. I don't even know why they wouldn't. Like, Marvel is doing such a great job on all of this. All they need to do is just give us what we want.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. That's not what I want. I want you at WrestleMania. Give it. Is that what you want? Give it to me. Give me what I want. You want me at WrestleMania? Give me what I want. You're all